The final pitfall is not working with social media professionals. So as we've discussed and we've thoroughly made it clear, is that social media has its challenges. It's very powerful, but it's not without its challenges. And a lot of the times it's important to reach out to specialists in this area. Like, for instance, I actually use Oddball because I don't know how to do certain parts of social media. I do some parts really well, but then other parts is beyond my skill, and it would take me a lot of time to do something that I could get more benefit out of paying someone for. So what we're trying to say with this pitfall is it's an investment just like anything else. A time investment, a resource investment. And so, don't be afraid to reach out for assistance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because that's their day in and day out job is to know exactly, to find that audience, to get that strategy. I mean, I know for ourselves, we partner with our clients to create their year strategy for their video content. And then we look at it every quarter and we look at the reports and the analytics of the quarter before and say, what was working, what wasn't, what's coming up. Let's create your video content around that. So having that partner to kind of have that outside perspective on it is really helpful, because, you're stuck in the day-to-day, you're getting all these things done and you're not always seeing the big picture.
With that being said, you've got an in-house, expert who knows social media very well, and that's one of the things that's helping you drive really good results in the campaigns you guys are running. And so it's not just in terms of working with a professional. I suppose it's working with an expert.
You can bring someone in-house as well.
It's you get an agency or get someone and contract out, or get someone and bring them in-house. Someone who knows the platforms, because it's easy to get started to do stuff, but when you really want to unlock what's possible within the platforms, you really need to know them intricately. In our team, we've got Hannah, and she's just amazing, and she just knows all the little sort of fine-tuning things you can do and the capabilities within it, that really all it takes is a couple of little things that can change your campaign from being a mediocre or even a failure to something being very successful.
Now, the one thing, obviously, we do have marketing strategy in-house, but even that, I think it's important to know that when you hire a marketing person, they can't just be a unicorn. Marketing's huge. Actually, there's so many different facets. We're all sitting here in marketing in all completely different marketing fields. And that's what we do day in and day out. So it's amazing to bring a marketing person in-house, but they're still going to require to utilize outsourced resources to do some of those roles, but they're managing it and handling it. But it's important to know that you can't just expect to hire one marketing person and they're going to know exactly how to do video, brand, SEO, SEM, content. That's just something to be mindful of. Is obviously when you go to an agency or multiple agencies, you're getting that breadth of services, where internal, they get to manage and streamline those for you and handle some of it.
Australian accent. Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? I've been here 10 years. It happens every once in a while.
Anything?
Look, I just reiterate. I think we've talked a lot about the challenges of why your social media doesn't work. All of those can be answered through getting some professional support, and you're all running. People are running their own businesses, or they're marketing professionals within a business. Basically, you're focused 100% of your day doing what you do to make your business go forward. Getting a marketing professional in to assist you, like the people in this room, they are running 100% of their days promoting businesses and doing this. So
doing things for
they are going to be able to add value. Now, whether it's us or whether it's another professional, it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to add value to your business, and it's key. It's really challenging now to be successful on social media and digital media. So you really do need some help. You can't do everything yourself.
I see so many questions.
All right.
Let's answer some questions.
All right. So I saw one that I can answer straight away. Because we've got a lot of questions here. Thank you. So they're the 8 pitfalls. So the first one I saw was the software. What software we all use. I use one called HeroPost. And so the reason why I chose HeroPost, it's the same as like Hootsuite and all these kind of things. So HeroPost to me, it's exactly the same. And they were doing a deal that was like $69 for life. And so I thought,
Which
let's
is
give it
no
a
longer
go.
available.
No, but in saying that, it posts across all the platforms, and it brings us back to, remember how we said calendar and scheduling in?
Yeah.
This is what these kind of software specialize in, is because you can say, right, here's the tile. You can so my team prepare it. I write the caption. We can post it up, and then we don't even think about it. It posts it all.
Goes.
It spreads it out. So that's an easy one to answer. Is there any
Hootsuite,
the same?
Same thing.
Your posts.
Same thing.
Next one.
Also, we actually use Canva to create templates that we all use on our social media. So when we're doing behind the scenes on set, we have a little template. So it says,
Kristen hates Canva.
A piece of Kristen just died.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I use Canva too.
If you're not going through a branding agency, it's really helpful that they can just jump on Canva and anyone in the team can use it, and it keeps
Worms can.
Okay. Well, anyways,
See
it's
that
so
hole
that
that
you
you
can
did?
have
It's getting a whole lot deeper.
The next one is, this is a good question. Is it worth spending money on Facebook campaigns? Now, I already know, anymore. It feels super expensive for limited results and becoming a bit of a dead horse in terms of platforms. I'll throw it to Mike, but I would disagree, because I think that Facebook ads work really well, but it comes down to fine tuning, right?
We've got a long list of clients that would disagree with that in terms of the performance that we're tracking, particularly e-commerce sites.
So you're getting great performance from Facebook.
Yeah. When you look at the dollar spend, we're talking
What was it?
Six figures in sales, and it's like $2,000 in terms of marketing spend on Facebook. I know, it's just incredible.
So $2,000 spend, 6 figures back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So is it horses for courses? Or is it still just a valuable platform no matter what?
No, I mean, certainly some businesses and some products sell better than others. So it's not, just the be all end all platform for everyone. Absolutely not. Do we still see results? Yes, absolutely. The critical thing is around the targeting approach and the creative that you use to grab attention. If you can get those two elements right, that's where we tend to see the best results.
And in isolation, do you always have Facebook with another platform?
The way we do things, because we're more holistic, we're always looking at omni-channel kind of approach. We're always looking at multiple approaches to marketing. Facebook, most businesses will have particularly search as sort of the lower funnel kind of approach earlier on. Facebook we use more in terms of top of funnel, because we can target people who are not proactively looking for solutions and stuff. They may not even realize that they've got an issue that they need to solve. So we're able to identify who they are, and we can get ourselves in front of them and help them to be aware of solutions to problems that they may or may not have realized they had, or may not have felt that painful at the time, but all of a sudden they become aware of a solution and realize, oh, hang on a second, actually that's pretty cool.
So is that why I keep getting those dentures?
I'm not saying anything. Okay, so that was a great answer. Thank you. So I can only afford organic social media currently. What is the best way to reach specific audiences within my industry? Would email marketing be a better option for me? Okay, so as someone who does organic a lot, I would say if your budget is low, of course, go for the free social media and dip your toe in. It all comes down to the way to approach that is identify your audience. It really, if you've got little to no budget and you're trying to reach people organically, you've got to understand that it's not an overnight thing, right, at all. It's going to take time, especially now. You'll see how many brands now don't have thousands or millions of followers anymore. It just doesn't happen anymore. There's a lot of
and whatever you do, don't go out and buy followers.
No, do not buy followers.
followers.
Right. But that aside, is if you're going to do it organically, like in the earlier slides we talked about today, is come up with a plan, identify your audience, think about what's going to appeal to them.
And when we keep saying your audience, I know even we're a video production company, you could say everyone's my audience. Everyone. That doesn't matter. Think who is your main audience, who is your ideal person that you want to get to over the line, and just go for them. Because when you try to reach everyone, you end up getting a little bit of a nothing burger.
The standard gold standard though, if from an email point of view, if you can get people onto a newsletter or an email database that you can kind of communicate with, that's the best.
It is, yes, it is. But they tend to be in a list you've already got, so they're already people you're aware of, or you've had to do what you just said you're struggling to do, which is a paid email list, which they can be.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to get this one?
Yeah, this one's a good one. So if oh, sorry, did we cover it?
No,
all?
I think.
Okay, cool. So if your paid ad is having too many negative comments, for example, the product or material is ugly, do you recommend taking it down? This is a really good question because I've seen a lot of paid ads and there's some horrible people out there, right? But I mean, would you, Mike, comment on that one? Because the reason is because you do a lot more paid ads.
Yep.
And you see, like I've seen ads where they'll go, there's someone going, this thing doesn't work, change my mind, right? Or they'll say something and then there's all these people going, oh, this is stupid, this is dumb, right? What do you
if you get too many, then yes, it all depends on the type of campaign and, ultimately,
what was the
you're tracking the results.
Yeah.
It's getting you results.
If it's getting you results, ignore it. Yeah, right.
Ignore it, whatever. But it's still working for us. But really, that's where we would potentially set up a different campaign.
And I don't know why you can't turn off those comments on a paid ad. Like there's no option I've seen where you do a paid Facebook ad and you can't just turn off comments. They leave them there on Facebook. So there's some. That's
where I'd refer to Hannah on that one in terms of the best approaches from that technical detail there.
We only have 2 minutes.
I know.
2 minutes.
Okay, what's next? Let's pick another one. Do you ever support internal social channels such as Workplace by Facebook or Yammer?
I haven't had experience with them. No.
Have you done internal? Have you done internal?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Well, certainly not from a paid point of view to
Only.
We can have one more. Is there one more out there?
Will having paid ads on Instagram posts give you false positive data on your actual target audience and best engagement rate content?
Mike, is it?
I have to go back up to.
Yeah,
I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, we're scrolling really quickly.
So it said, will having paid ads on Instagram posts give you a false positive or false data on your actual target audience? So I think the question means like doing a boosted post, I'm assuming, or one of those ones where will it attract people that you don't want to target? Is that the question?
Well, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point of boosting your page.
You can target specifically who you want to target. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you can go anyone and everyone, and then in which case, you probably will start to find yourself in a bit of a skewed situation. But if you're being very narrowly focused on your ads, then no, you're going to be actually better.
Yeah.
You're going to be promoted to exactly.
And this
and just finish
organic post and paid post, but the exact same thing.
Yeah. And just to finish on that, it's not always about having all the likes. If you're getting, it's more about if you're hitting the right people, then you're actually going to get follow through of them to your ad. So it's not about just, spraying and praying here and just getting all the, engagement. You want to get engagement from the people that matter, who are actually going to buy your service or buy your product.
Actually, we should reiterate that just lastly, because that's a very important pitfall that we didn't cover, is that people often go, well, your social media isn't successful because you don't have 3.5 million followers. But the reality is today is it's micro. The businesses, like, the ones that are getting you results, they're the followers you need, not the mass audience.
Yeah.
So we'll
people don't always follow you to YouTube.
Sorry,
but these days people don't always follow you to
YouTube,
particularly B2B.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you, everyone. I know we got through a lot of content there with 8 pitfalls and some questions. So thank you so much for joining us. We're the 4 marketers. So my name is Chris.
I'm Kristen from Font and Swatch.
Ariel from 2 Drafts.
And Mike from Oddball Marketing.
And thank you for joining us, and jump on our podcast. We do regular podcasts. We do YouTube as well as our website. So we will see you there.